Hi guys, it's Jenny with Art for Good. So today we're going to do a split base Dutch pour that is in neutral colors. I love how this piece turned out, and this is really simple and an easy project that anyone can do, even if you have no experience doing acrylic paint pouring, for creating a beautiful piece of artwork for your home. And honestly, that's how I got into this way back in the day, was just wanting to create large, beautiful pieces for my house and not having to spend thousands of dollars on purchasing the art. So let's get started. So I am using a titanium white and a burnt umber color, and I'll put the exact brands and everything in the description below. And then the piece that I am pouring now is just a mix of the two. It's just a very light beige color that I've made by mixing those two colors together. This is a great trick that I do. I use my hairdryer, an old hairdryer, really a travel hairdryer will work. If you are, this is your first piece that you're trying, I would suggest not using a hairdryer that you don't mind getting paint on, because it's about 99% chance you're gonna get paint on your hairdryer. But it's easier to blow the paint around with the hairdryer and make sure I'm getting just a thin coat and checking the consistency as well. I did speed up this video slightly just so that I could, sort of get to the point to show you exactly how to make this piece, so I am not moving at superhuman speeds, I promise. So I'm just laying down the white now. And I decided to use my hand here because I didn't want to blow the white too far into the beige with the hairdryer on accident. So this is where you start laying down your colors. In addition to this burnt umber color, I am using these Decor paint pouring pieces that you can buy just straight in the tube, no mixing or anything required. There's a copper, a pearl, and a gold color that I'm using today. So if you're new, this is a perfect product for you to use, and I'll put a link to those in the description below as well. So you first just blow over the white and the beige a little bit into the colors. That just helps the paint move. And then you're just going to alternate and go very slowly. Use the low setting on your hairdryer if you can. And then just move the paint. I'm already loving how this has turned out. It almost looks like a flower, an inverse flower of some kind. It's beautiful. I do use a kitchen torch just to pop bubbles. So if you have one, you can just give it a quick torch. Again, mine is dedicated to painting. I will not be using it to make creme brulee anytime soon. It is covered in paint. Now I'm just going back in on a few areas with a straw just to kind of play around with the composition a little bit. If you are brand new to acrylic paint pouring and you want to get started with doing more pieces like this Dutch pour, I have a whole video on how to perfect the Dutch pour, and I will put a link to that right here. All right, so once it's kind of complete and you're done with the composition, you would just let this dry for a good 2 or 3 days. It depends on the temperature in the room where you are. Make sure you're in a room where there's not a lot of dust or maybe pet hair that might fly into the paint. So you want to let this dry for a good amount of time, and then you can varnish it with a spray varnish. I use Kamar varnish. Again, I'll put a link to that just to help bring out the vibrancy of the colors and to protect the painting as well. If you're hanging this in your home, I have a whole video on how to wire it very inexpensively, and it will help you kind of have that professional feel, but as well just helps you get the painting straight when it's on a wire. I think that's why people do that. And so I have a link to that I will put in this video. I've also created a playlist of some other videos just like this of ways you can make your own art for your home, and I will put a link right here so you can continue to watch those now. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I will see you next time.